I'm a lifter now. I've lifted twice in the last week. That's how much my life has changed since my knee went bad. I just have no idea how to spend my time anymore. I'm I'm lost. 10 minutes of core. What is happening to me? I've been spending a lot of time down here the last week or so since my knee started acting up. Well, for me. I feel like if most of you guys had a home gym like this thing's very nice. You would utilize it a lot more than I do. I just kind of take it for granted, but just don't really know what to do with myself because I have such a routine in the morning where I just like to get up, do my run, get ready for work, and then go about my day. But now it's all turned upside down on its head, and I have to find other things to do, other ways to keep me in some sort of shape. I'm using this as an opportunity. If you've been following the channel, you know I'm a little bitch when it comes to lifting and core. I don't like to do it. Now I'm doing it. And maybe by the time I'm ready to start training again, this will be more of a habit and it won't be as difficult for me to get out here and do it. By the way, I just did 50 body squats and 50 push-ups, so I was gonna do 100, but one, I realized that would have really been difficult for me. And also I lifted yesterday, so I'm actually pretty sore. I think it was the right choice. We're heading to work right now, and it is snowing pretty hard right now. That's fun. I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually kind of excited about it. I know in a few weeks I'm gonna be completely over it, especially knowing that there's still like several months more of this to go, but the first few snows of the year, it's always like really exciting. Especially if you get it before Christmas, you're just like so jolly, you know? You're so full of spirit. And the reason why these little things that used to be super fun are not any fun anymore is because there are these adult implications. So for instance, as if you're a little kid, you don't give a shit if it's snowing or if the roads are icy because you're being chauffeured everywhere you go. Why would you care? You can't get cozy anymore. I can't just fall asleep in the back seat anymore. It's like that meme with Drake. Drake the type of dude to fake fall asleep in the back seat so his homies carry him upstairs. I can't do that anymore. I remember as a kid, we'd be coming home from God knows where, and I'd be like, I don't feel like walking up the stairs, so I'm just gonna close my eyes and fake snore. Someone's gonna carry my ass up the stairs. Being an adult is not as fun anymore, unless you get creative. I do gotta go inside though because I have to clock in like 2 minutes. That's fun. Fun fact, I've been working here for over a year and I've never once been late. First customer of the day. I'm gonna call it's it's an old guy. Well, there's two people. Bike. I'm guessing bike on this one, boys. I'm guessing bike, but I'm always wrong. Suckers. Imagine having to do your job on a Tuesday morning. Couldn't be me.
Oh,
Did I freaking miss?
Look what I did.
Oh shit. What do you...
Alright, Zach. Time to run.
No. No. It's a slow day today. It's gonna be a long one because naturally when the weather goes to shit, people aren't too inclined to come out and get running shoes or biking stuff, so I have to find ways to keep Zachy occupied. Last week, since I've lost the ability to run, has just been a whirlwind. Not just because it's been a holiday season and things naturally get busier, but I just don't know what to do with myself because I was so into what I was doing, and then just in an instant, it was all taken away from me. Fresh off an ultra, been running high mileage, had a great week, I guess 2 weeks ago now, as I started to prepare for the Hilton Head Marathon, and now it's just gone. It's like somebody pulled the rug out from under me, and I'm lost. I'm like a lost puppy. I'm just doing my best now to sort of keep my head, because it's easy to lose it sometimes, especially when your routine is taken away from you. So I'm playing little games with myself. For instance, got this iPhone here, you know. iPhones, by the way, better than those Androids. I don't want to hear any arguments for the Androids. What are you doing? I'm getting off topic here. But I'm making it a little game to sort of limit my time on social media. Because I notice whenever I'm spending a lot of time on social media, I start to get into my head with a lot of things. Not just with the running, but just everything. I literally become a head case. So last week, I shit you not, my average screen time was 4 hours and 20 minutes. 420, blaze it. I'm making it a game to see how much I can limit that this week. And I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a little embarrassed saying this right now, it is kind of skewed. It's actually pretty skewed because when I draw, I hold my phone like this and I have the image here. So I have like the pens in one hand and then I'm like looking at the phone like this. So like my Photos app is actually my most used app. I literally ate breakfast without YouTube this morning. Do you know how difficult that was for me? As you guys know from experience, it's like when you're looking for good food and there's nothing in the fridge, nothing that you really want. You keep opening the door thinking that something is going to magically appear and you're gonna be like, this is it, this is what I've been waiting for. It's the same thing with social media. I do it all the time. Just mindlessly scrolling, thinking something's gonna be there when it's not. And because it just came out the other day, I wanna take a look at it, give it a quick review. It's the Brooks Glycerin 21.
Smooth. Look, see the money. You'll like the money,
All right, let's put these guys on. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I wore these briefly the other day, so I already have an idea of what they're like, but let's be honest, it's a glycerin. I've worn several iterations of this shoe, so I already know kind of what to expect. And because of my knee, naturally, I can't run with it right now. I'm gonna be comparing the 21s with the 20s because, like I said, I wear the 20s currently. They're part of my rotation, and I really like this shoe. So all in all, they really kept the integrity of the shoe. Not much has really changed other than a few subtleties. First off, aesthetically, I just want to say I think the new one looks a little bit cleaner. If you look at shoes, particularly this one from like 3 years ago and older, they're just so ugly. Just shoes have been revolutionized in such a cool way recently, and it's really interesting to look into. We'll start with the rubber here. It's the same sort of rubber at the bottom. There is a little less on the 21s versus the 20s, but all in all, if you're gonna eat shit, you're gonna eat shit. Still has the same nitrogen-infused foam. Pretty cool, pretty cool. The upper is your typical Brooks shoe. It's Other than just like the design of the knit, it's the same exact thing. It feels the same. The tongue's the same. They kept the heel collar the same as well. It's your typical Brooks heel collar. You're really secure in there, which I really like. That's one of the things they do better than just about anybody on the market. As you can see there, they're still using the stereotypical DNA loft foam here, nitrogen infused, whatever that means. Now, as for the 21 itself in comparison to the 20s, this one is definitely a little bit more roomier, especially up front here. So for you people with the wider toe boxes, I think you're gonna like it. The 20, especially in comparison to the 19, definitely improved in that toe box region and just across the whole shoe from the heel to the medial portion to the front. It just fit pretty big. This one kind of does the same thing, but I think a little bit better. As for the cushion itself, it is definitely a little more plush. As you may note from the stack height, the heel in the 21 is 28 millimeters, and the forefoot is 18 millimeters, so there's your 10 millimeter heel-toe offset versus the 20s, which is also a 10 millimeter offset. You are 26 millimeters here in the heel and 16 here in the forefoot. So with a higher stack height, it's going to be a little bit more supportive in that way and a little bit more plush, but not as plush as like an Asics foam, which is definitely a different feel than the DNA loft that comes with a Brooks shoe. And I haven't looked too much into this, but just looking at the design of the shoes, you have your 20 here, and then you have your 21 here. It almost seems like it has a bit of a rocker to it. Let me see if I can get them both in the frame. Just the toe off here in the front seems, maybe it's just looking that way to me, and I'm just overthinking it, but it does seem a little bit more aggressive up front. So maybe there is a little bit of rocker geometry in here that you kind of have with the Ghost Max and with a lot of Hoka shoes. So I think Brooks, they'd be smart to kind of implement that technology, maybe even just a little bit into their shoes, because it's just super popular and a lot of people seem to like it. I personally do. And naturally, with the increase of the stack height, there's going to be a little bit more shoe in there, right? So the only, I guess like the biggest difference between the two shoes is the weight, but I don't think it's really going to be that much of a difference because it's meant to be a clunky, heavier shoe. It's a max cushion shoe, and it can be yours for $160, by the way. It's meant to get a lot of mileage. You're not going to run like any crazy PR in it. The weight for a men's standard size 9, it's 283 grams in the 21. And for the 20s, it is 266 grams. So that's the review. Hope you enjoyed. I'm probably going to get myself a pair here because my shoes are all currently dying, and it might just be the best generation of this shoe yet. Also, I forgot to mention, but I think it goes without saying, if you need a stability shoe, there is a stability version of that shoe available. Just look for the GTS in the name. I have been editing for the last really 3-4 hours, just on and off as customers have poured in. I feel like I'm on speed today. I don't know what's come over me. Is this what people feel like when they take Ritalin or Adderall? Because I'm loving it. I guess I want to ask you, because you're probably pretty far into the video at this point. I've been recording a lot. I appreciate you for sticking around, by the way. I don't know why this stresses me out so much, just the content that I put out. Like, I feel I put myself in this box for no reason, even though I feel like you guys are super cool and don't give a shit. Like, if I put out stuff that maybe isn't related to running, or maybe isn't just like part of the series that I'm currently doing, like my Road to Hilton Head, do you guys like it? Do you guys like what I've been putting out? That's what I'm trying to say, because I'm having a lot of fun making videos recently, and I don't know, I just, whatever kind of comes across me as interesting, I like to just put stuff out relating to it. I mean, if you don't want to watch, you don't have to watch, but how about this? Is there any sort of video that you would prefer me to make, or you've watched some of my content, maybe it was okay, but is there something that I could do differently to make it better? It is almost 6. You can't. Oh, it's 5:59. One more hour. Feeling good. Feeling good. It just feels like lately, I don't know if it's because I'm having some sort of existential crisis or I'm getting the FOMOs, but I've just been latching on to all these different random things. Everything just feels so sporadic. My decision making, I just don't know how to handle it when it happens. So like this morning I wake up, I'm really interested in frickin' the beach. And then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be really interested in skating. I don't know how to put it into words. When things hit me, I just literally run with it. No pun intended. And I think that's how I'm able to stay creative. That's how I'm able to keep making things. A lot of the stuff may suck, but it's pretty fulfilling for me. That got deep. That got deep. Take it easy, sir. It's not that serious. This sort of mindset, though, is probably really good for me right now because I got so latched on to this training and running thing. It's such a big part of my life. I work at a frickin' running store. I sell running shoes. I just need to keep going forward. And even if the path isn't exactly the path that I imagined, or the path that seems to make sense, fuck logic, man. Let's have some fun. It's the following day, and yes, you might realize I am wearing the same clothes I was yesterday. I figured I'll show you guys the new cut. The flow is looking good. Just went to Great Clips and they did a fantastic job. I'm so happy with it. As a guy, generally speaking, we don't care as much about our hair as like a stereotypical female would, but it's definitely stressful for me. I definitely put it off for weeks, months at a time, but I'm just feeling so clean, so much better, so ready to go. I just wanted to kind of flex the look a little bit and also say goodbye because I realized I did not sign off yesterday, so see ya.